to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Overreaction Monday on this 13th of October. What is it?
13th.
13th of October, 2025. DJ Yoakley, Anthony Hartwig with you. Boy, we got a lot to talk about, and hopefully somebody talks more than me because my voice is gone. G-O-N-E, gone. And there's a lot to chatter about. A lot to chatter about. The JFK Eagles are and possibly could be back for good. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the NE8 crowning potentially a champion in week 8. There's 2 weeks left. Are there any opportunities for Poland to get back into it? We're going to find out. The EOAC all but decided. The Eagles keep on rolling. The MVAC up for grabs. But so many, you look at McDonald, they've got the upper hand.
There was a big blow dealt in the MVAC.
Springfield, they're not out of it.
Not out of it.
They're not out of it. There's a lot that could go down. And with the greatest overreaction in history on this Monday, the 13th of October, ladies and gentlemen, the Pulitzer Prize winning Greg McAfee.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
I'm good, buddy. Wish I talked a little better. You had an interesting, not only just Friday, but Sunday as well, with being down at the Three Rivers Nat.
Yep.
Talk to us about your weekend. You had a nice little ball game on Friday night, huh?
Yeah, it was very good. I got to call it with Chris Ziegler. I mean, it was everything that we expected it would be. Fourth battle, came down to the last, 2-3 minutes. I would put it up there for game of the year. I really would. I mean, obviously, I think Liberty Garfield from last week is kind of in the conversation as well. But I mean, what Chris and I got to watch and call on Friday was one of the best games I've ever called. It had a little bit of everything. Like I kind of touched on, there was defensive stops. There was, huge big plays. There was two teams operating kind of like a chess match in a way, back and forth battle. Vito Kamara had to come on late and fill in at quarterback for Poland and really kind of revitalize the offense and provided a punch late for them to take a lead. But we've seen this Girard offense run on all cylinders all season long, and they're very tough to stop. And they showcase why late in the game on Friday when they marched, I think, like close to 55, 60 yards down the field. AJ Pearson punches it in with his third rushing touchdown of the game, and then goes for 2 and seals the win. And then Braxton Sloan picked off Vito Kamara on Poland's final drive, and there you go. I mean, that's kind of how it ended.
Let's start with Girard. Let's start with the good stuff, right? Girard, obviously undefeated, 8-0 going into week 9, and then potentially week 10 if they get it done this week as well. Is there any letting up? Is there any chance that Gerard kind of overlooks everything that happens the next 2 weeks of the season and someone sneaks up on them?
I mean, they have 2 games left, so I think they play Hubbard next week or Hubbard this week, and then they have finished the season with Niles, I believe. And I mean, I don't think at this point in the year Hubbard is a team that you can't overlook. I think I've said it all year long. Braden Songer's one of the best quarterbacks in the area. He continues to prove it week in and week out with big games, and that offense has a bunch of athletes over there up in Hubbard. So they're a team you can't overlook whatsoever. And then, Niles is Niles. They're having one of those years, but this Gerard team is good. And the thing about it is, and I've said it before, is they're filled with young athletes. I mean, Braxton Sloan's a guy that's come on over the last 2 weeks. He had his first receiving touchdown when we got to see him against South Range DJ. And then he had 2 picks in that game too, and he comes back and has the game-sealing interception against Poland. And he played a huge role in that game. He had 4 catches for 98 yards. And so when you add that with a guy like Mario Lipinski and Jaden Wade on the outside and Jeremiah Hunter and everything like that, like this team is built to have success. They have size across the line. The one thing that I was kind of curious about heading into the game was, Sam Scott, their senior running back. He's, I believe, I think their second leading rusher this year behind AJ Pearson. He's out with an injury, and not sure when he's going to be back. Don't know too many details about it, but he didn't play on Friday, and that's a huge loss for the Indians. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how they fill that role. And, what they did a lot on Friday was they put Mario Lipinski in the backfield. I mean, we've seen him have success all year long on the outside with those big plays, the big catches down the sidelines in tight situations. And, he comes into Friday and he has 13 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he's not the biggest guy, and he comes up and plays a big role. And I mean, this team is built for success, and if they can continue what they've been doing all year long, they're going to continue to have success.
I think what was so incredible has been Gerard's defense as well.
Yeah.
And everybody talks about the offense and how many points they put up on the board, but what they're able to do on defense, I think. But really, on several drives there, after looking back at the tape, that was what the separator was for Gerard, was they can make big plays when other teams cannot. Let's talk about Poland. You look at the 2 lost Bulldogs now. They were the belle of the ball going into last week, and they still have that moniker. Are they still a formidable team? I feel like everybody just gives up on these teams once they have a tough loss. Do you think the Poland Bulldogs are still a powerhouse potentially in the playoffs?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, one loss to a loss to an undefeated Gerard team that's having one of its best years, and probably since their run to the state playoffs a couple years ago. I mean, one loss is nothing. Obviously, in college sports, it's a huge thing. But at the high school level, when you have a loss like this to a team like Gerard, I mean, Poland's still number 3 in the rankings in Division 5, Region 17. And they have guys everywhere. I mean, Vito Kamara is huge. Pano Zipolita is big on defense. One guy that really, really caught my eye on Friday was Chase Jones. He had 20 carries for 138 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he couldn't really be stopped on the ground. And he had a couple, big plays. And then JJ Fonda on the back end for Poland was huge on the defensive side of things. And they had a lot of big stops as well. I mean, Gerard was driving right before the half and tied in a 14-14 ball game, and they got right down to the goal line. AJ Pearson drops back, doesn't see anyone open, rolls out to his right, tries to catch the right pylon, and he's met by JJ Fonda and Vito Kamara right at the goal line, and they hold the Indians out of the end zone to keep it tied, and Poland got the ball at halftime. And so it was a huge stop in that moment. And then, 2020 or 21-21 game late in the fourth quarter, and Gerard's driving in Poland territory, and Pano Zipolita comes up with a forced fumble. And they drive down the field and they score to take a 28-21 lead. So, I mean, this Poland defense, this Poland team in general, they're a good team. I think, 10 times out of 10, that game can go either way. Gerard was just the team that came out on top on Friday.
Yeah, and I think that last statement is the most important part, because Poland's looking at that game going, it's winnable. We made some mistakes, and this could be a very possible, very likely rematch in the playoffs. In fact, if numbers play out, it would be a regional semifinal, 2 versus 3. And they would go into that game thinking, yes, we lost to Girard, but it's not a game that we don't think we can win because there are definitely plays to be made out there on Friday that Poland could have won. On Girard's side, obviously, they're thinking, we already beat these guys. We can beat these guys. They would be very confident in that game. But I think Poland would be as well. It's not one of those games where Poland looks like, oh, man, we just got beat up by this team. We have a legitimate shot. And I think that could be something we look at if Girard and Poland rematch each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely I think the old saying goes it's easy to beat a team, or it's not easy, but you can beat a team once, but to beat a team twice is always difficult. So if these two teams match up in the playoffs, it could really go either way. Like that game came down to the wire. And one play here, one play there, it could be a different result in the end. I got to talk to Pat Pearson after the game, and he referenced a couple years ago they were kind of in the same situation. They attempted to go for 2 to win the game, and they got stuffed at the goal line. Right. So if Poland makes a stop there at the goal line, I mean it's a 28-27 win in the other direction. And we're talking about Poland being the belle of the ball, and Girard's undefeated season being ended. So it can really go either way. I mean I think that's a game that is something to watch. If they end up meeting up in the playoffs, it'd be a game I'd love to call again because me and Chris had a ton of fun on Friday. That's for sure.
I mean, when I saw them thinking, even just in the back of my mind, are they going to go for 2 here? Are they going to go for 2? So the South Park episode where Stan's dad, I think, has the wheelbarrow is exactly what through my mind. I'm thinking Pat Pearson has a wheelbarrow full of rocks right now rolling across that field because game on the line at home. Now, usually it's the away team. We're not playing for a tie. We're playing for a win or a loss. But for the home team to come out and do that takes some stones.
Yes. So Chris and I were actually talking. I don't know I can't remember if we were on air, if it was during the break. But we were talking about what happens. Girard's obviously going to get the ball back. If they go down and score, do they go for the tie or do they go for 2? Do they go for the win? And just knowing Pat Pearson, I was like, I guarantee you they go for 2. I could see it, just the mindset and everything like that the Indians have. Obviously undefeated season on the line, everything like that, and a huge chance to pretty much seal up an NE8 conference title. And so I went I haven't got most of the time, after we break down for games, I don't get the chance to go down to the field and talk to a coach or talk to a player because everyone's usually off the field by then. But I had the opportunity and I was like, I'm not passing this up. And I, had a chance to talk to Pat for a couple minutes after the game. And, the first question I asked him was, what was your mindset in that time frame? What was going through your head after Poland scores, or that after you guys punch it in the end zone? Was it a no doubter? You're going for 2, or did you have to think about it? He's like, as soon as Poland scored to take the 28-21 lead, I walked up and down the sideline, talked to my players, and I said, we're going to go down, we're going to score, and then we're going to go for 2 to win the game. So before the kickoff was even sent, before Poland kicked off the ball on that final Girard drive, the Indians knew they were going for 2. They were going to go down and score, and they were going to go for 2 to win the game. And that's just that's if Pat, if you have talked to him at all over the last 12 years, that's the mindset he always has. I mean, this is a strong-willed Girard Indians team, and that mindset permeates throughout the entire roster with all the guys they've had on it. I mean, we've talked about this roster all season long. Yeah. There's confidence there. They know what to do. They do the work day in and day out throughout the week, and they're ready to execute when the game's on the line.
Am I wrong by saying that this team gets better as the season gets stronger? I mean, we talked about Braxton Sloan before the South Range game. He wasn't invisible, but he wasn't necessarily putting his DNA on these games.
Yeah.
And now here he is, with 2 of the biggest games of the season, maybe the 2 biggest games of his career. And now he's a mainstay in the household. And everybody talks about Braxton Sloan. Do you think Girard is hitting their stride at the right time here in the back half of the season?
I think it's funny, DJ, because, as
Uh-oh. Come on, baby. Come on, internet.
There we go.
There
Am I
he is.
back?
Yep,
Okay.
you're back.
Sorry, my internet has been crap lately. So as every game goes on, you see teams kind of start to morph because obviously what you put on tape, teams can see on a week-to-week basis, and you've seen this Gerard offense kind of change as it goes from week to week, game to game. Like we've never seen Mario Lipinski in the backfield, and their first offensive drive of the game, he got like 2 or 3 carries. And that first offensive drive, I think they threw like one pass. Like they got down to Poland's 20-yard line, and I looked over at Chris. I was like, I don't think they've passed the ball yet. Like it was just straight run, and that's not necessarily like what you see a ton from the Gerard offense. And it's funny to see kind of how this team morphs, but they also still have like their same kind of mindset in a way. Like Poland punted late in the game. Oh, it might not have been late in the game, but it was in the second half, and they got pinned on like the 2 or 3 yard line in their own territory. And I looked at Chris and I was like, deep pass, first play of the drive. And Jaden Wade gets off his break, goes deep. Pearson missed him by like maybe 2 yards, just outstretched. And I was like, there it is. Like they still have the basics of their offense, but this offense is morphed throughout the season, and they give teams different looks. And I think that's what makes them so good as an offense.
I'm interested because we've got Derpy in the comments, just blazing up the comment section. But I will say this. I saw this comment. This is one of the things I wanted to touch on because you know better than anybody, and there's an example to be given here about teams saying, yeah, this is great because they're so young, and then starting to mark off, hey, this could be this year, next year, and the year after. Is it important for fans, for this team, for communities to remember that these are isolated years? Because I think there's an easy way to sit there and be like, oh, these guys are sophomores. We'll just kick our feet up for the next 3 years, and we're going to be milking the NE8, no problem. Because there are teams in the NE8 that are pretty doggone good, and they're pretty doggone young as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's fun to look at. Like it's fun. Like as journalists, like we always look for storylines and things like that, and it's fun to think, oh, this Gerard team, like Mario Lipinski, Braxton Sloan, AJ Pearson, young guys kind of all over the place, and they have a couple young guys, coming up as well, like Tremaine Kennedy. Derpy told me about him 4 or 5 weeks ago when they played Garraway, and then he goes and scores a touchdown, and he's a freshman, and they got other guys coming up as well. So it's fun to think about. But it's also cool to stay in the moment and see what they're accomplishing at this time, and see, this could be the beginning of something special, but it's also special this year. I mean, they're undefeated. They're 8-0. They're second in Division 5, Region 17, and they have a real chance to make a deep run. And I think it's cool to just kind of stay in the moment and think of what they have right now and think how special this season is right now.
And I got to echo that because tomorrow's never, the next year is never guaranteed. You don't know what goes down between seasons, what could happen. A lot of these athletes play multiple sports. Things, knock on wood, I got it. God forbid something happens in basketball or baseball, or things just don't click as much as they do next year. You got to kind of focus on this year, appreciate the moment, appreciate greatness. Don't take the wins that you're getting for granted because they're hard. They are hard to come by. Let's transition to another big game that kind of shook up some conference standings in the MVAC Scarlet tier. Springfield gets the home victory against Mineral Ridge and puts McDonald in the driver's seat where they control their own destiny. Greg, what do you see out of Springfield that let them come in and kind of get this upset at home in the jungle?
Yeah, I mean, it was a game that you would expect between Springfield and Ridge. It was, back and forth battle. I was going through the tape this weekend, and when I was putting together, the highlight clip from the game, and it was just like, run game, a little bit of pass mixed in, a few big plays. It's exactly what you would expect. Like I was going through the film, and all of a sudden I'm in the third quarter because the ball was run so much throughout the first half. And in games like that, big plays can decide the the end result. And Marco Gentile had a huge 77-yard touchdown run that kind of put Springfield ahead, and they had a couple big plays throughout the game. And I mean, that's a classic Springfield win in my mind. I mean, they're a team, even in first year under head coach Adam Slopak, they're a team, they're a program you can't overlook. They have a huge roster. I'm not sure of the exact number, but I would assume over 70% of their boys throughout the school play football. And for, a Division 6 team, that's huge. When you have that many players coming out to play and you have that type of depth. And I mean, I was talking to Chris a couple weeks ago, and he shot me a text, and he was like, Springfield's, you can't overlook them. I mean, they're starting to get on a run. They're starting to get comfortable. Obviously, they started off maybe a little bit slow in the first 4 games of the year, but they're starting to hit their identity. And one thing you look at the box score from that game, and Alex Caldwell has played a huge role the past couple weeks, and he didn't necessarily have a huge role in Friday's win. And it's showing that they're able to kind of mix and match of who they use a lot of, and who gets the rock, and who comes up with big plays, and it just kind of showcasing the depth at this point in the season, which is huge.
It's going to sound real tough because it's going to sound like I'm not giving Springfield their flowers, which they deserve. But is this a case where maybe Ridge was looking down the line a couple weeks at McDonald and looking at potentially a winner-take-all MVAC championship?
I don't know. I mean, Andy Hake, like he knows what Springfield is about. He knows what they're capable of. And he knows how to keep his players focused. I mean, I don't know. Obviously that big game down the line against McDonald's is huge. It's a rivalry game. It's something you focus on every year. But, in high school football, I mean, all the coaches I've talked to, I mean, I don't know if they didn't ever admit it, of looking ahead. Obviously you kind of, you maybe look at some film from a team down the line a little bit, but I think you have to focus week in and week out, and stay present with who you have in front of you. And I mean, Springfield is definitely a team you can't overlook, like I've said. And I mean, I think it's just one of those battles. I mean, I think like we talked about with Gerard Poland, 10 times out of 10 that game goes either way. You never know what happens. But obviously you only play once in the season, and Springfield got the upper hand on Friday.
Yeah, especially for a Middle Ridge team that has struggled against Springfield, especially back when Springfield ran that league. That's probably a team, even though everyone wants to talk about McDonald, they circle McDonald a couple times as their biggest rival. Springfield's probably a team that Middle Ridge really wanted revenge on in this year. They thought that they had a little bit of an edge. So I agree with you, Mac. I don't think this is a game that Middle Ridge necessarily looked over. I think this is just a Springfield team that was home, that plays the very physical slow down game. You look at their final scores throughout the season, they're not winning games by a lot, but that's because they're just kind of slowly, methodically beating you. And I think that's a perfect way to beat Middle Ridge because they're a running team as well. So if you can slow the game down, play their speed, and just beat them at their own game, you can kind of you get to them. So I think that it's just a Springfield good win. And when you look at that now, McDonald's in the driving seat, but they have Springfield this week. What do you think about that matchup in week 8? Week 9,
it's going to be a good one. I mean, I get to call it on Friday, so it's definitely going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing. Somehow I continue to get these these good games week in and week out. I'm looking forward to another one on Friday. But I mean, McDonald's the team I've been high on all year. They got dogs everywhere. They got Drew Zajac, they got Kyle Puckett, Jordan Perry. Josh Crumpack is a guy that I've really, started like how he plays the game. And then you got Casey Miller as well. I mean, they got athletes all over the field. And then they got, for, a Division 7 school, they're very big across the offensive line. So they have the ability to push the line of scrimmage and dominate the line of scrimmage. And I'm sure Dan Williams will have something up his sleeve come Friday.
I want to go to the other side of the MVAC where Crestview continues to dominate. But boy, oh boy, you said game of the year earlier. Last week, Poland Gerard. Yeah. I think that Garrettsville, Garfield, and Crestview are going to say, hold my Gatorade, because this one could come down to the very last possession, very last kick, very last second, maybe even some OT, some free football. Greg, what do you got to say about this one? It's two teams in black and gold going at each other.
I talked a little bit with the Gerard game about how offenses morph. And Garfield's kind of been one of those teams. Obviously historically, Garfield is a running team. They're one of my favorite teams to watch because they're always physical. Running the ball down your throat. It's what you know about the G-men. And in that win over Liberty a couple weeks ago, their quarterback threw for like 250 yards, I think. One of their receivers had 130 yards through the air, if I remember correctly. And it's 230 yards. Ryder Kane had 125 yards on the ground. And then McGuckey had 143 yards through the air. So it's you watch teams like that morph their offense and do things they need to do to win games. And Garfield is one of those programs. But Crestview, I mean, they are putting the pedal to the metal and they're not letting up. Obviously, they had two kind of games where they could have overlooked their opponents, and they did not let up whatsoever. I mean, they put a lot of points on the scoreboard the past 2 weeks to stay in a rhythm, to stay ready for Garfield this upcoming week. And that game is going to be, we talk about like monitoring the games on your phone. That's one game I'll be looking for updates throughout the night.
And then finally in the EOAC, United continues to soar. Looks like they're going to take this outright in the EOAC, but there's a game that has a lot of narrative around it and has for over 100 years. It's Columbiana visiting East Palestine. The Bulldogs get a big win against Latonia, get back on track. But this game never matters what your record is. It only matters what you bring to the table that particular night. How excited are you not only to be there Thursday night and talk to Coach Dempster and the boys, but also get involved in this rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, East Palestine obviously having a special season. Only one blemish on their record so far this year, but like you said, DJ, anything can really happen in rivalry games. It's a game where you throw the records out the window and you put the ball on the turf and let the guys play. And it's gonna be fun to watch. I mean, obviously these two teams are having good seasons so far. Bob Spate on one side, Dempster on the other side, and then you got players all over the field that can make plays, which is a good recipe for an exciting game. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it for sure.
We're excited as well. Zone coverage will be live from East Palestine on Thursday night, 6:00. Footsteps away from the Yoakley Mansion. So I'm excited to break some bread with you guys after, hopefully, and talk to Coach Dempster and talk about why this season's so special for East Palestine. Cannot thank you enough, my friend. You're always a bright, shining light on this Monday with overreactions. And I'm sure that that Derpy is just slandering you in the comment section. Your biggest fan. Ladies and gentlemen, the prophet and the professor, ladies and gentlemen, Greg McAfee. Thanks, G.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
See you, buddy. Maybe. Oh, there it is.
You did it. Way to go.
We did it. We made it. I always feel bad because I think we're like keeping him a little too long.
Yeah.
But he's always so kind.
And that's it. Like the thing is, he would if we kept going, he would never be the guy to be like, "Hey guys, I gotta go."
No.
No.
Which
means it's on us. It's on us as the host to kind of be stewards of his time because he is a professor and he's got a job to do. But I want to remind people, by the way, that he is also the guy doing our wonderful post game highlights. So when you see, just a little snippet of a game, like one play, and it's like, hey, don't miss this play. That's Greg doing some extra work after a long Friday night and into the Saturday. So he's doing not just great stories, which you'll see another feature story, I'm sure, this week, but he's also doing the highlights that you see from Friday Night Football as well. He's doing a lot for us. We're glad he's on our team. Again, we say it every week, but we say it again.
He's so good at it too. I mean, it's one of those scenarios. He knows what we're missing, and he's not afraid to kind of push the envelope and push me and be like, "Hey, well, you care if I do this?" No, Greg. You go right ahead. You have your journal. Like he graduated from Arizona State, I want to say. Let me see. Wait, bring him back.
Yeah.
Arizona State?
Yeah, Arizona State. ASU.
Borks High.
Congratulations. A little late, but congratulations. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Get out of here. Go profess something for those kids at Mountain Union.
I'm getting ready.
Bye. It's the beautiful thing about StreamYard is we can still talk. He knew we were coming back too. He knew we were coming back. So he's got his journalism degree from ASU, which second only to Westminster College. I mean, I've been reading a lot about it, but
Right.
Westminster College and then like a bunch of dirt, and then like you have like Arizona State, Ohio University,
Ohio's got a good one.
Syracuse.
Syracuse has got a really good one.
Not number one though.
Not number one.
There's YSU's in there, I believe.
YSU has a good journalism. They also have a really good, I can vouch for their TCOM, telecommunications, and they have their own studio in there, which gives students a very good hands-on opportunity to work in live TV and direct and technical direct with the switcher that they have in there. So they have a really good opportunity to do all that stuff at YSU that not a lot of universities at that size have a live studio in their campus.
I'll never say anything bad about YSU. I will only say better things about Westminster College. Just saying.
And both of them got commercials on YSN, so let's go. Both of them got
Yes,
the commercials they get to run.
It isn't often in life that you get your institution that you graduated from to pay back.
Right.
your
They're
tuition.
usually sitting
You and I are living it right now,
letter in
pal.
the mail.
We're living it. It's pretty incredible. What a life. What were your takeaways on Friday night, Saturday as well? By the way, JFK big win.
One of my most important, no, not most important, but biggest plays. I think it was the 99-yard touchdown run from Feaster for Hoban to give them that 12-7 win. They were down 7-5. They had the ball on their own 1-yard line, and they couldn't run at all against Glenville. Glenville's a massive team, massive front line. They were getting stuffed, but they still stuck with the run, and Feaster found a little hole, and Glenville sent everybody. So once you get past that one level, he's gone. And a 99-yard game-winning touchdown run was pretty dang awesome, pretty dang electric in that Hoban game. Obviously, a big matchup between Glenville and Hoban. A lot of eyes in the state of Ohio on that one, not just in the region. So that was a really the play of the week for me. Would definitely be that big 99-yard touchdown run to win the game for the Knights.
Drew chiming in from the comments says, "Go Rockets, baby!"
Yeah,
Big
Rockets
win for
get
Louisville.
that big win.
Big win. I saw it the next day. I mean, I was out. I had some things I had to do on Saturday. So
West
I
Branch
was like,
got a big win against Alliance. Alliance was probably the team, as the season goes on, that you kind of felt like had the biggest chance to kind of dethrone them in the EBC. And West Branch, it was a good game, but eventually got the game-winning plays against Alliance. So that's a big win for the Warriors. As we talk about more conferences that are kind of getting wrapped up, they still have a big one with Salem. Salem's kind of on this stretch where they're playing really well, so you can't sleep on that Salem game to end the season. But West Branch seems to be like they're in cruise control right now as well. Let's see what we were talking about. The NE8, the MVACs are done. EOAC got them taken care of. Am I missing a conference that had a big game? I don't think so. I think we're good.
I think you nailed it.
I think we nailed it.
No, it's weeks 9 and 10. You'd like to say that it all comes down to it, and it still might. But to me, I think everything was kind of solved.
Yeah,
in
everything
week 8.
is, except that the grade tier, obviously, with Crestfield and Garfield still needs to be decided. They're both going at each other.
Boy,
But now
there's a lot of
McDonald's in the
Crestview
driver's seat,
fans.
so
There's a
unless
lot of
McDonald
Crestview.
stumbles, it's theirs. So there's a lot of
But
teams.
Springfield. Okay, so let's play this out. Springfield. If Springfield wins
They'll
against
tie up.
McDonald,
It
then
would be
we're
a
all
three-way
tied up
tie.
at the
Yeah,
top.
three-way tie. But then McDonald would have to play Ridge, so it's going to be a two-way tie either way if Springfield wins this week, because someone has to lose and get their second loss in week 10. So it would be either McDonald and Springfield. Once again, this is if Springfield wins this week, it would
Wins
either
out.
be McDonald and
Wins out.
Springfield. Yeah, if Springfield wins out, I should say. This is what they would set up if they win this week. It would be McDonald and Springfield or Middle Ridge and Springfield if Middle Ridge gets to win in week 10. So it can't be a three-way tie, unfortunately. That would be fun. It'd be chaotic, but it's gonna probably be a two-way tie. If I guess it could be. I guess if no, it can't. It's
And
almost
right
like
now
this
you
big
have Joe Idle showing Carter Mooney
Number one.
Gerard number 1. Or Carter
Oh,
Mooney.
really? I think Mooney's won because they got that win over Warren Harding, and that was their that was, you're going into D2 and getting that win over Harding. That should give them enough points to get to 1. I think it's 1, 2, 3 and Mooney, Gerard, Poland. And then I think 4 is Palmetto Valley, I want to say. I think it's all YSN in the top
Garfield.
4.
It's Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah, you got Mooney, Gerard, Poland, and Garfield. Then you've got Claymont, Liberty, Manchester, South Range. South Range at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you'd have to have quite the hop if South Range were to beat Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney and Hubbard. So those are a number 1 team in their region, but then an upper division team in Hubbard that's the D4. So
you can calculate some points off of that one.
But I don't know if it'd be enough to get them to. Definitely wouldn't be enough to get them like top 2, but it could be enough to get them in that top 4.
No. Yeah, I think right now, if you're South Range, you're fighting for top 4. You're fighting for that bye week.
Right.
You're fighting for the home game the following week. And really, because you look down.
But yeah, see, that's the thing. Like if South Range loses again on week 9, they could be fighting just for that home game. You got to get in the top 8 to be a home game. So
they have not yet clinched.
Right. So you gotta make sure you're shirt up there. You want a home game. That's the first and foremost. You want one more game at South Range because it's such a tough place to play, as we all know. So you just want that home game. Want to finish at least in the top 8. But if you get in the top 4, obviously that'd be big.
But Mooney, you sit there and you start wondering because obviously, I mean, and not to take anything away from Vince Gentile, I think he's been electric this year.
Right.
But Ike Lake has been the narrative, and it's been Ike Lake's show this year, and we know how challenging it is to run against South Range. There's no doubt. I mean, number one thing is if you get a 100-yard rusher against South Range, you might as well go play the lottery because you are in very elite air, in elite company there. So it's gonna. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying that it is one of the most challenging things that you'll see all season long.
The other interesting thing, if Mooney does win, does that bye week in week 10 lose them the 1 seed?
For 3 weeks.
Can someone lose the 1 seed? For not playing, because then obviously Gerard would have a game in week 10, and so would whoever the 3 is at that point. It might still be Poland.
Usually the divisor helps you.
So,
but we'll see. I mean, it's one of those situations where Mooney, no matter which way you slice it up, this is their last game.
Yeah.
Until playoffs, potentially week 2 of the playoffs. So they're not going to play for 3 weeks, Anthony. Yeah. Do you like that?
No. Well, yeah, no. It would not be. It's not ideal. I mean, like, no amount of injuries. Like, if 2 weeks isn't going to really be a difference in wrapping people up and getting them healthy. If they're not ready in 1 week, they're probably not ready in 2 weeks. As far as those little bumps and bruises that you're facing, and this is a lot of time to kind of lay around and you get out of that sync, you get out of rhythm a little bit. You might be able to do a scrimmage, maybe if you saved one from the postseason. I mean, from the preseason, but I doubt it. I don't think there's going to be a scrimmage in there. It's going to be one that brand new coaching staff, by the way, at Mooney is going to have to navigate. How do we deal with this kind of gap between playoffs? And I'm sure they'll find a way, but it'll be a storyline for sure.
By the way, looking at Division 4, Hubbard is ranked number 9, and they control their own destiny. They are not guaranteed a playoff spot. They are not guaranteed a home game. They could still be on the outside looking in after all is said and done.
They got a tough end of their season because they got Gerard South Range.
Yep.
So that's going to be take care of business. I think when one of those two, they could get in. They'd probably be locked in if they win one of those two, but they can't go 0-2 in that stretch. Obviously.
Interestingly enough, and then we'll take a look around Division 7 as well. Maybe take a peek at Division 6 here. We'll go to Division 7 first. Fairport Harding number 1. Move my microphone instead of move my fat head. Mogador number 2, McDonald number 3, Monroeville number 4, East Palestine at number 5, Malvern number 6, East Canton number 7, St. John number 8, Sammy is just
Fighting
living
Heralds.
right now. St. Paul, number 9. Then you've got Buckeye Central at 10. Louisville, Drew, in the conversation at number 11. Number 12 is Lisbon. And on the outside looking in right now is Western Reserve at 13 with some tough games ahead. They've got Ridge, which I would imagine with all the pomp and circumstance surrounding this game and with Ridge coming off a tough loss, there's going to be a little bit more hair on the chest for Ridge this week, if I may, because but hey, Reserve put up 46 points, something like that, over 40, 47 points, I want to say, on Thursday. So are we seeing a new Reserve team? Are we seeing what could be an absolute banger of a game on Friday night and the Devil's Den? I don't know. I just know that Wednesday, you probably want to be at the post office pub. You probably want to be there. Grab yourself a nice burger, maybe some wings, some buffalo macaroni.
This will be the last week of the post office pub, right? Because in week 10, you're going to be in Middle Ridge for the zone coverage, so you won't do the post office pub show. So this will be it for the pub. So make sure to get down there.
Well, I don't know if it's it because we're still going in those shows in the playoffs.
Okay, so we will be continuing the zone coverage to stop in the playoffs. The live shows still going into the playoffs.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
Good to know.
At least for the coaches shows. I don't know how many player interviews we have left. The majority of them, I think, are completed. But
right,
we're still. Hey, by the way, we're still working on getting them up. Okay.
Hey, Springfield just got caught up, so one down, couple more schools to go.
We still have preseason interviews from Boardman that are trying to make their way to the front. We're working on them. We're trying. It is tougher than it looks when you interview 16 people at a time.
Reminder, they are on YouTube, so you can go watch them. They are on our channel. They are public. They aren't stuck in draft mode. So you can go watch them on our YouTube page, and we will get them on our website ASAP.
We're trying. Oh, boy, we got catching up on some Let's Go Rockets. Then we got Let's Go. And then Hemi's back, baby.
Hemi.
Our mini takes down Hake. Boy, that take is harder than the peppers that you gave me, Hemi. I had those on cheeseburgers last night. The wife and I on some smash burgers. I swear to you, my entire lip went numb. It's still numb right now. I don't know. Like, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know if they got into my bloodstream and it's just what's going on. But Hemi, if you poison me, this is the public outcry for Steven Hemberger, the Canadian of Canadians.
Revenge of the Canadians.
He got me. They are good, though. They are so good. If I'm being poisoned, I hope it's by Steven Hemberger's hot peppers.
At least make it taste good. If you're going to poison me, make it taste good.
Like, no joke. Completely numb. Like, I just got Novocaine. Feels like nothing. So if I get into a fight, this is the time to do it. I always thought that. Like, after a dentist appointment, like, then's the time to go in and get a fight. It's like you can't feel anything in your face.
Right.
Just go.
The movie that came out a couple months ago, that Novocaine, I haven't seen it, but I think that's the premise. The guy can't feel any pain, so he turns into an action star.
I got you more. Hey, thank you. Notice he didn't say anything about not poisoning me.
No. He's like, take more.
Didn't finish the job. I got more for you.
We'll make your whole jawline numb.
There's a whole lot of people that probably want to poison me, but that's all right. We'll survive another day. We'll keep on kicking.
There's more people that want to see you living, DJ, than want to poison you.
I like to think
those
that.
People.
I like to think that. And then you go on social media and you go, yeesh. Or just go into our email box.
Go into it.
To who it may concern.
Oh, I hate those ones.
Those are my favorite. Like, you're talking to like two people. Can you just address us? You know who you're talking to.
By the way, for those grammar plays, it's whom. You have to put a him, whom it may concern. So if you're writing us an email and you're starting it that way, you better be correct.
Should we start like just not, if it's not grammatically correct, we just don't worry about it?
Yeah. you lost your chance.
To who it may concern. And that's how I read them, right? That's the voice in my head. I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to go well, is it?
And if you really push our buttons, you'll be ending up on the YSN mailbag.
We don't have a mailbag today. Or do we?
Do we?
I didn't check email this weekend.
Good.
I was down for the count.
You shouldn't.
Let me go here. Love the show. You guys do a great job. Thank you so much.
We
appreciate you.
We appreciate it, man. See?
Gary
wants you living.
Still, nothing about me not being poisoned. Nothing about me not being poisoned right there.
Crickets.
Just for future reference. If I come up missing,
looking at Hemi.
Look for Hemi. Just go look for him. He'll know where I am.
We'll save the peppers as evidence.
He'll know where I am. He'll know where I am. Yeah, that's
There's
right.
peppers in a plastic bag. Give him the Here's Exhibit A.
I mean, they're delicious. Don't get me wrong. Here's the mailbag, unofficially. If you have children that are sick, do not send them to school.
Oh.
Do not.
Nope.
Keep them home. We know you're sick. We know your kids are sick.
Especially now when, back in the day, when we were in school, if you missed school, you just missed class. There was no catching up. There's virtual learning now. You can just open your Chromebook or whatever the kids have and just get the lesson for the day and just do it. You're not missing anything if you stay home from school. You don't have to have kids bring your textbooks to you. It's just it's a lot easier now to be like, hey, you're sick. Let's just stay home than it even used to be.
I think I speak for every parent when I say, please keep your children at home instead of sending them to get everybody else's kids sick, which in turn gets everybody else sick. That is the most, it infuriates me because you go to these drop-offs these kids are hacking up a lung and you're like, you're going to let them go in? I'm not judging. I'm just out of pure decency. I know that's going to end up in my home. I know it. And these poor teachers, oh my gosh, they must bathe in the Purell.
Purell, just nothing but.
I just don't get, I don't understand it. This is the second time. Now, my son's been in class for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. This is the second cold he's brought home.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is a lot.
And then once you bring it home, it spreads the whole house, so everyone's going to get sick at some point.
He's going through crazy amounts of tissues, just blowing his nose. And I'm like, all right, here it comes. Yeah. Then it goes to the little one. Then it goes to the other one. And then it comes to me. And it's so in the course of 5 weeks, we've battled 2 different strands of whatever it is. And that's what's frustrating. That's what's just incredibly frustrating. So keep your kids at home. I know it's tough, not ideal. They're not doing any better at school. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that.
Especially, let's be honest, kindergarten, first grade, what are we doing here? You're not missing the final exam of your biology class, that's worth 50% of your grade.
Yeah, you're not going to be. It's not going up against your valedictorian stats.
Yeah, you're missing. Today's class is brought to you by the letters, C.
I can think of a couple words. Start with C of the people who. Oh, because it's you can't get mad at your kid. They didn't do it.
They're school, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not I don't think there's people out there that are all right, we got it. We got the good strand. Send them to school.
Get him.
I don't think it's like that. It's not the coronavirus we had, but it's did we not learn anything in 2020?
Yeah,
nothing.
The real is just hard to keep your kids home. So they're well, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to send them, because I don't want to take my day off of work or
I don't
sure
think
someone's home with
it's hard to keep your kids home. I think it's just one of those situations where you're like, well, he's not ruining my day. Mm-mm. Or you're so mad about being sick that you're like take care of yourself to take care of others. I just don't get it. Like if your kid's sick, why would you put them in that situation? And the teachers and the other children. I will tell you this. Z-Man was sick on Friday. Like got it on Friday. Passed it along on Friday. And then Saturday was like sick. And it was like, I'm not missing my football game.
Yes, you are.
Nope. No, you're not, son. No, you're not. It was the Oakleys were a little bit frustrated with him picking it up in that Friday. And we're like, guess what? There you go. Pass it along. Touch that football. So I guess I can relate. But we were frustrated. It was a maddening experience.
You said don't send him to school, but you can send him to the football game.
Definitely send him to football.
Definitely send him to football. Get those kids sick. Get
they're in the huddle. They're holding each other. Like, yeah, it's like chicken pox back in the day. Like my mom shipped me over to acquire the chicken pox. Yeah. Which, by the way, as the resident medical expert here on YSN, is that not a thing anymore?
Oh, it is. Like, and it's very much better to get it as a kid. If you get it as an adult and you haven't had it as a kid, it is not fun.
But do they have a vaccine now?
They have a vaccine, and it's not nearly as rampant as it used to be. But like, if you're gonna get it, you should get it as a kid.
We're not doctors. We're going to disclaim this. We are not doctors, and we're not telling you to go get or not get.
We don't even play doctors on TV.
We're not even on TV most of the time. But like, I don't think I've come across yet a little kid that's had chicken pox.
Yeah.
Like that when I got chicken pox, it was because my parents sent me over to my buddy Mike's house. He's like, hey, he's got chicken pox. You got to go hug him. And I'm like, what?
No scratches. Scratch his back.
I was like, I'm 4. I'm a man. And then they're like, no, you hug him. I was like, why do I have to have like no shirt on and hug him?
What are we doing here?
And then I got chicken pox. I'm like, what is this? You set me up. This is a setup, Mom.
Setup.
And then my sister's like hugging me all of a sudden. I'm like, what is this?
No,
what are we doing here? Like, you're giving us virus. I mean, everybody did that. I thought I was like abused from that standpoint. I thought, like, what are we doing? Like, they just gave me a virus and I'm all scratchy and then they're yelling at me. Don't scratch.
You gave it to me.
It's bull. But I haven't heard about the chicken pox in 2025. Yeah. I like, because I asked my wife about this. Like, where do we find a kid to send their kid to get chicken pox? So that way, because you don't want it as an adult. I've heard that my whole life.
Yep, you don't.
Because it can kill you.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not fun. It's not just itchy sores as an adult. It's full on, like, virus sick, bad hospitalization. You don't want
You never know what you're going to hear on YSN. You probably didn't have chicken pox on your bingo card this morning, but we're learning something. I think the chicken pox have been cured. I
eradicated. That's it.
COVID did it.
We did it.
Maybe that was it. COVID cured the chicken pox. I mean, I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything about chicken pox?
No. But then again, I don't have kids, so I'm not like the person that's going to hear about it.
You gotta ask Carla about it, because
I gotta be like, hey,
if Carla, there's anybody that'll hunt down the chicken pox.
Have any of your kids in school gotten chicken pox?
No, just every other disease, apparently.
Every other disease.
God, this is the worst one, though. Like, this is like all our voices. Now I sound awesome on radio, but all my kids, like, you should hear Bella's cough right now.
Ugh.
Terrible.
No fun.
Terrible.
It's no fun.
Disrespectful. That wasn't even the mailbag, but that was my soapbox.
DJ was sending mail to parents. That was his mailbag.
I might email us the info at ysnlive.com.
To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern. The chickenpox outbreak of 2025. Have you guys ever considered doing a Saturday morning high school football wrap-up show?
No.
Highlights, interviews. So there used to be one, and thanks, Gary, for this. We've been approached about this before. Okay, so I don't know how to put this without putting it like bluntly. These shows just don't they don't just happen. Right. You know what I mean? Like there is a lot involved in it, which is why we do the scoreboard show on Friday nights, and we try to wrap it up, like that with our announcers. Sometimes we'll get players or coaches or community members that pop in and want to talk about the game, and obviously a lot of the chat. But Saturdays are tough because I don't think people understand how late we're up on Saturdays or Friday nights. To get to a Saturday morning would be, I mean, I think that's an ultimate goal. That's something we can probably look at down the line. But social media, I think, has taken a lot of that over. Would you disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you put the scoreboard show and then the highlights that Greg makes together, then that's pretty much what it would be on Saturday morning. It'd just be a regurgitation of what we say on the scoreboard show with Greg's highlights put in there. So we kind of have it. It's not like an official show, but we have all the ingredients to it already in YSN's DNA right now.
I don't like where this is going because I know what somebody's going to say. Well, if you have it all, why don't you just...
So it's just like, do we really need to put it together into another show on Saturday morning? I don't know if that's feasible right now, like you said, because, we're staying up to make sure the stories get done in a timely manner. I got volleyball most Saturdays. You have EOYFL football most Saturdays. It would just be another thing on a Saturday.
Well, and I think part of it is there's got to be a reason for it. And I think that as we continue to grow, I think there's opportunities for others to, because let's face it, nobody wants to see us more than they have to.
Right.
Like it's just we're just going to be dead honest. We know that nobody wants to see our ugly mugs more than once a day, and they have to because arguably we're the two that are on the most. But I'll tell you this, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility to have that Saturday show.
Mm-hmm.
I would like it. I think there's a lot of people that would like it, but I also think that if you get it sponsored, you get it sponsored, then you got something, because then we can take money directly from that and then pay someone to do it. And then I think we get it. But, Gary, there's your mission. You're putting missions on us. Go find a sponsor for us that wants it, and we'll start the conversation. Obviously not this year.
Speaking of sponsors, this is your daily reminder as we get into postseason for everything that is not football right now. Football is still in regular season. Everything else is in postseason. If you want your volleyball or soccer games to be broadcasted, that will take a sponsorship. We would love to do it. We just need a sponsorship from it to subside the cost that we are charged by the OHSAA. So if you want your volleyball or soccer games covered, whether it be sectional, districts, regionals, whatever it may be, make sure, reach out to us, tell us you're interested, get a sponsor for it. And we would love to try to get an announcer out there to do those games for you.
If not,
we'll still have
there won't be any games.
If you send in stats, we'll still cover you. We're not like, hey, peace out, it's postseason, good luck. But obviously we just won't have the live broadcast. We'll still have stories. We'll have Gary out to take some pictures of some games. We just won't have the live broadcast unless, of course, once again, they're sponsored.
What is the update on the volleyball All-Star game, Mr. Hartwig?
We do have an update on the volleyball All-Star game, and this is to the ADs. Our wonderful assistant GM, Chris Sigler, over the weekend sent out the email to all ADs of the YSN family to tell you who is invited to the YSN volleyball All-Star game. It's got all the information on there. The volleyball All-Star game will be Saturday, November 2nd at Salem High School. Sunday, November 2nd.
Thank you.
At Salem High School. The game start will be at 5:00, so the check-in will be at 4, 1 hour before. We all, jerseys, you can wear either one of your high school jerseys. Volleyball is a sport that we don't care what color you're wearing because you're on opposite sides of the net, so we don't really care if you're wearing the white home jerseys or the away colored jerseys. So wear whichever uniform you want for this volleyball all-star game. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Invites are out. RSVP deadline is next Tuesday, which is the 21st. That's when we'll start filling spots if we need to. But our first round of invites is out, and we hope to hear from you many of you as possible. We want to get a lot of people on this all-star roster.
So basically what we're telling you is bother your ADs and ask them if you made the all-star team. And
Right.
if they say they didn't get anything, then you have them contact us.
Right.
Because that's sometimes it goes in spam.
That's
we
true.
Don't know why. We don't know why. So
that means in not too long we'll have the volleyball draft. That'll be one of our shows where we'll spin the wheel of destiny and put these players on teams, which is always an adventure.
November 2nd at Salem High School.
Yes.
Cabas Gymnasium, 5 o'clock. That's
5
when
o'clock.
the game will start. 4 o'clock check-in. And of course, it's all-star season. So
let's go.
We do not have a football game. For all of you, those of you who think that we should, I would like for you to pay the insurance on that. That is a long way down the line and to the left, because that is a lot of money. Maybe flag. We can get a flag football game going.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
These guys got better things to do than flag. Basketball's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, boys.
I mean,
we'll
we could do like I don't want to turn it into the Pro Bowl, so I'm not even going to put that out there. But I was going to say, like the skills competition, but that's kind of silly too.
Yeah, we're passing on that. We cover football well enough, and we do the all YSN teams. So
yes, we do.
Which, by the way,
out after season.
After the season, they will come out, and you will be represented by one for every win. You'll have one player for every win that you have on the season, and if you went undefeated, you will get a bonus.
So you'll get 10 players.
Plus 11.
1. Plus 1.
Yeah, plus 1. So if you went because if you went 9-0, we'd have to give you 10.
Right.
Which I'm still on the fence about that one, but we can talk about that another time. It is time for the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they're available to you on the web 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. All right, Ronald, what's your spark today?
Yeah, I don't want to steal your sparks. I'm not going to talk about everyone that was inducted in the South Range Hall of Fame, because I don't know if that's something that you wanted to talk about and your experience for that on Friday on your end. So I'm not going to talk. Obviously, congratulations, but also from my end, Coach Rachel Baker was inducted into the South Range Hall of Fame, and that is someone that coached South Range from 2012 to 2016. I hope we get those numbers right. Won 3 district championships and got that team from struggling to get wins to getting into 3 straight regional tournaments in just about 2 years. When she took it the second year she was a head coach, they were winning districts and they won 3 of them. So congratulations to Rachel. And that was when I talk about the things that I know about volleyball come from post-game talks with her when I was just watching South Range as a fan. So all of my volleyball knowledge really is rooted in Rachel Storm Baker. So congratulations, Coach, on getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and all the members that are now of the South Range Hall of Fame family. You are Raiders forever, and you will be in that plaque in the school forever as well. And the rolling screen on the TV screen in the hallway forever. So congratulations to everyone that was inducted into my alma mater's Hall of Fame. And Chris Brooks, I think, was in there too. What a great day to be a Raider.
Yeah, Chris Brooks, Isaac Allegretto, Anthony Zapp, David Maxwell, Rachel Baker, and myself, which was a huge honor and a huge surprise. So great thing. Great opportunity, and didn't even know it was feasible or possible. So thanks to everybody who made that a thing, and a great day on Saturday, and literally drove, from that to JFK. So it was like no time to sit there and pat yourself on the back. It was back to business as usual. And then, man, I got to tell you, from a JFK standpoint, those boys, Canton Central Catholic, great team. Yep. Great team. Tough season. Have not won a game yet. and went back and forth, back and forth. JFK, they've got a dog, and they've got a bruiser. They've got a kid who is basically the Cam Scatterbo of the entire area, and it's Stephen Thomas. And I'll let the cat out of the bag. That kid's going to be a big dog nominee. He went for almost 300 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, and had a 98-yard touchdown at the end to seal the deal. And tell you what, sometimes those teams that not having the greatest of seasons are the funnest to watch whenever they break through. So congratulations to JFK. And, man, that was good. That was fun. That was fun to watch. Glad I got to go to that game. And thanks to our friend Dave Rudd, who actually won the opportunity to be a color announcer for that game through a I don't know what it was, auction for JFK. They said, "Hey, what about this? You want to donate something?" I was like, "We don't. I can give you a hat or something." They're like, "What about if you donated a spot in the booth?" I was like, "Okay, if this backfires, it's not on me." And they're like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then we end up with Dave Rudd, which is the best possible scenario. So thanks to Dave Rudd for making it such an enjoyable experience. Really, really excited to hopefully do it again. So not everybody at once. We're not going to do that. Usually someone of higher executive status at YSN is probably going to have to be in the booth with you, because we don't want to turn this into a you-know-what show. But certainly, thank you, Gary. I appreciate you very much. That's going to do it for the show today. We will be better tomorrow, I promise. I will try to be better tomorrow. Anthony, it's a given. He's going to nail it. He always is getting better, 1% better every single day. I will try to get better tomorrow and try to lose this cough. Got to. But until then, this has been YSN Live. Thank you to Greg McAfee for stopping by. The professor always professes, and what a great Overreaction Monday it was. Thank you to you for watching and listening wherever you are in the world. We're so happy that you're here, and we will see you tomorrow, Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Make this one the best one. Anthony, until then, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.